Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix, there were a number of new faces. François Sever had joined the Tyrrell team after Johnny Servo's Gavin had suddenly decided at Monaco that Formula One was not for him. America's Dan Gurney, chatting with Graham Hill, was in Holland for the worst possible reason. Just 2 weeks previously, Bruce McLaren, founder of McLaren Cars, had died while testing a Can-Am car. To make things worse, Denny Hull had crashed at Indianapolis and burned his hands so severely that he couldn't drive. The McLarens were therefore driven by Gurney and Peter Gethin. The third McLaren was being driven by John Surtees, who'd formed his own team and was in the process of building his own car. There was a new man at Ferrari too. Swiss driver Clay Regazzoni was backing up team leader Jackie Higgs. There was also an important new car, the Lotus 72. It was a radical design, unlike any of the cars that were practicing alongside it. The traditional front-mounted radiator had been replaced by two, set one on either side of the driver. This gave the car a dark-like profile that hid two other important innovations: inboard brakes and suspension by torsion bars rather than the almost universal coil springs. Despite a minor accident in practice, Jochen Rindt put the brand new car on pole position, and he set the other team's designers thinking very hard. As the pre-race skydivers packed up their parachutes and the start flag was prepared, everyone was wondering whether the new Lotus would live up to its qualifying performance. Stewart and Hicks were beside Rindt on the front row, and as the field, minus Eamon, whose clutch had failed, erupted across the line, it was the Ferrari that took the lead. Behind the leading cars, Piers Courage was engaged in a spirited battle with Miles in the second Lotus, the Matras of Beltoise and Pescarolo, Brabham, Siffert and Surtees. Courage, in the red de Tomaso, was driving in a manner that lived up to his name, racing against better-funded rivals. But then, on lap 23, the spectators were shocked to see a pall of smoke rising from the back of the circuit. Joe Siffert, whose engine had failed, walked back looking solemn, and the word spread through the pits and paddock that Courage, one of the last of the gentleman racers, was dead. It was a bitter blow, but the race had to go on, although the drivers who'd driven past the scene of the accident had little stomach for the pursuit of Rindt, who'd taken the lead on lap 3. It was hard to concentrate on the job in hand, but Jochen Rindt closed his mind to the loss of a close friend and drove smoothly and precisely to bring the Lotus 72 home to its maiden victory. But this was a win that brought no joy, and on the podium, which Rindt shared with Stewart and Hicks, there was applause for the winner, but he was in no mood for celebration.